Coach credentials is what we need to talk about now. Mr. Rooney says that you come with some outstanding credentials for a high school coach.
Yeah, my advisor in college was, I mean, he's got a wealth of knowledge, and he was the most supportive guy I could ever have asked for when I was finishing up college. And he couldn't emphasize more how important it was to have more than just one or two credentials. So I had a double minor in health and English to go along with my PE major. And I'm always pursuing further education because I know it just makes me more marketable as an employee. So yeah, multi-credentialed, versatile. I'm actually, I'm teaching a course out in Cal City, which I didn't even go to college for. I'm willing to take on new challenges, as is demonstrated by me taking on a head position so young.
Sure, and you like California?
So far, so good. Yeah, it's definitely different from where I grew up in the south.
No snow here in April.
Southeastern Wisconsin is a little different than this, and yeah, like I said, they're getting snow up where I went to college right now, so it's kind of nice to have the sun right now.
Right. Good.
Mr. Kempien's a really nice guy. He seems to be really student-oriented. The best way of knowing that he's student-oriented, he's really focused. He got a numerous amount of credentials. He's actually got 3, and that's a lot for high school. Plus, he's now working on a sport plan. He's looking at his special ed, he's got an English, he's got a health, he's got a PE. It's quite unusual, and it's a benefit to have, especially at smaller schools where you're looking at 1,000 or less students. You want the most versatility in a teacher or an instructor, because sometimes they'll have to teach different subjects. So he's looking at that.
Did he teach? Was he the head football coach?
No, actually, he was one of the assistant coaches over at the JV level. They had an amazing, actually, first successful season where they were, I believe, it was 7-2.
Okay.
So it was really successful. The kids latched on to him. I believe he's going to be a great added resource for our coaching staff.
All right, so this would be his first head coaching job. Yeah,
he's jumping on that, and he gave a pretty gung-ho speech to the students, and he's focused on winning league in the future and jumping to CIF levels. His main speech was character and grades. He seemed to focus those kids, so they're looking at it, and so they're nodding and getting their approval. So they're hoping for that.
All right, good. And when does he actually start?
He's actually already started with the kids.
Okay.
He's worked with them. They're doing some inventory right now, and he's meeting with them. He's not necessarily doing the weights and stuff like that. It seems to be more character-building discussions with them, getting their inputs and so forth.
Good. Well, thanks very much, and go Runners.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Perfect.
Involved in the project from the beginning and have their input from the beginning than to wait down the road and have them be surprised, which was our team.
I agree. You'd rather have them on board.
Yeah, and they were supportive throughout the whole process.
It's a lot to me if you pump out the groundwater and then you spread it for percolation, but it's being discharged.
You know, in a very real sense, you've been doing this for the past 50 years that site has been irrigated, because the water that's been put on there has had high arsenic. You can see that it accumulated in the subsurface when I'm talking about that salt detected clay. So these processes have been actually operating at the site for as long as there's been water applied there. It's only been, this project has applied some understanding. So, but yeah, I mean, they could claim that any irrigated agricultural groundwater high arsenic needs to be regulated if they were to take that time.
And it's coming through all right, which is good news. We are still doing battle with the adjudication and of course the battle over water. We don't know who's going to get what, but that's where the fight is.
Trial is when, and what's the issue?
Yeah.
It's the 4th phase of the trial, and it's about what?
I haven't been attending the hearings just lately. They're just going on and on and on. And just about the time it looks like there'll be a reasonable settlement, somebody throws a new argument into the file and it goes on in a different direction. So it's most frustrating and very expensive. So who's going to get the groundwater is, nobody really knows yet. We just keep fighting with our attorneys and putting forth our arguments, and the other side puts forth their arguments, and the judge decides one thing or another, and we just keep spending money. And it's the ratepayers' money to defend ourselves in the education. The health department had decreed about 4 years ago that several small water municipals needed to get clean water, that the arsenic levels were too high, other contaminants were unacceptable. And so we applied for a state grant to take care of about 1,200 connections. And that was 4 years ago. We've got a letter that says, okay, we can likely proceed with the engineering part of the study. So it's taken us about 4 years, and we're seeing actually some response from the state. Looks like we might be able to go forward with the study, the piping, the layouts, all the engineering that goes with putting in the project. So that would be good. I know the people involved, they're like, where's our clean water, where's our connections, and nothing moves very fast when it comes to state funding. So we're hoping that goes through and we can start doing the process to get ready to get those people connected so they have a good water source. So let's see how it's skate. It escapes me. It's a big long name. The kids really like it. But June 8th, we're going to have a skate contest at the skate park, and it's being sponsored. And we're working with the sponsor, who's put on 2 other events just like this. And he's expecting upwards of 1,200 people. Everybody in the skate world is very excited about it. We're very excited from the foundation point of view. We're starting to prep the skate corner. So we'll have bleachers on the west side and start getting that so that we can have the crowd of people there. And there'll be a contest with the skateboards and with scooters. And it'll take probably a good 6 to 8 hours. There'll be 2 sets. In between, there'll be 2 professionals volunteered to come down and put on a demonstration. There's just a tremendous support amongst the skateboard community, of which I'm not, it's not a place where I hang out, but the enthusiasm is really great. There's some local sponsorships that have just stepped forward, and that is absolutely awesome. And I'm really hoping that it can be an annual event. It gives kids some goals, gives them an outlet. People can make a lot